George Dobson, the club's first official professional footballer. John Douglas, a St. Domingo pioneer who featured in the club's first known fixture. Jimmy Dunn, a mercurial forward who was celebrated as one of Scotland's Wembley Wizards. Tommy Eglinton, an explosive winger whose speed of thought matched his speed of foot. Jack Elliott, another ex-player who became a long-serving trainer after the turn of the century. Tom Evans, another enthusiastic amateur who made regular appearances for the club at Stanley Park. George Farmer, a popular pre-league forward who was credited with 8 goals in one game. Peter Farrell, a steadfast Evertonian who was Goodison's darling in the post-war era. Wally Fielding, a lovable Cockney who was an expert at unlocking defences. Tom Fleetwood, a versatile footballer who filled several different roles in the title-winning team in 1915. George Fleming scored the club's very first league goal against Accrington in 1888. Bert Freeman, his keen eye for goal established a league scoring record in 1909. Jimmy Gabriel, a kilted battler who was totally committed to the Royal Blue cause. Fred Geary used his electric pace to average more than a goal a game. Charlie G, an unforgiving and unshakable pivot. Albert Geldard scorched the Goodison turf with his scintillating pace. Tory Gillick simply bamboozled opponents with his magnetic ball control. Andy Gray, a charismatic warrior who earned domestic and European honours in 1985. Andrew Hanna, a soldier of fortune best remembered as the first skipper to lift the league championship trophy. Harold Hardman, a gentleman footballer who represented England at both amateur and full international levels. Brian Harris, an all-round footballer and a dedicated clubman. Val Harris, a popular Irish superstar who seduced Goodison with his courage and toughness. Hunter Hart, Goodison's Lord Nelson with a never-say-die attitude. Colin Harvey, a midfield terrier who displayed immaculate ball control and was celebrated as the White Pele. Adrian Heath was responsible for changing the club's fortunes in the 80s. Dave Hickson, a swashbuckling centre-forward known as the Cannonball Kid. Mike Higgins played more pre-league games than any amateur or professional player. Johnny Holt, feared nationwide as the little devil of the English game. Barry Horn, a dog of war who was celebrated as a Premiership lifesaver in 1994. John Hurst, a cultured yet underrated defender who was also the club's first ever substitute. Jimmy Husband, an exciting young forward with a passion for long, mazy runs through even the tightest defence. Bobby Irvine, another sublime dribbler and among the most gifted attacking players of his generation. Frank Jeffries, famed for his deft touches and was a key member of the triumphant team of 1915. Tommy Johnson, the productive yet unassuming foil for Dixie Dean. T.E. Jones, respected for his impeccable sportsmanship and sense of fair play. T.G. Jones, a sophisticated centre-half known as the Prince of Wales. Howard Kendall, the player, possessed a textbook tackling technique and was a member of the Holy Trinity. Howard Kendall, the manager, the mastermind behind the harvest of silverware in the 1980s. Roger Kenyon, a ruthless defender feared as the long-haired assassin. Andy King, an enthusiastic terrier with audacious skills. Brian LeBone, respected as the last Corinthian and a royal blue icon. Bob Latchford, a bustling spearhead with natural goal-scoring prowess. Alex Latter, a key component of the club's first championship-winning side in 1891. Tommy Lawton, a world-class centre-forward whose abundance of goals clinched the league title in 1939. Mick Lyons, a devoted Evertonian who'd run through a brick wall for the club. George Mann, simply Blue Moses. Harry Makepeace, a highly respected sportsman capped at both football and cricket. Tom Marriott, an influential pioneer who kept control of the club's purse strings. Jack McGill, instrumental in converting the Sunday school team into a professional football club. Duncan McKenzie, a footballing magician with an eye-catching repertoire. Joe Mercer, an England icon who exemplified the school of science. Alf Millward, ever present in the first championship-winning team in 1891. Sir John Moores, a footballing visionary and benefactor of these so-called Merseyside millionaires. Bob Morris, another original member of the embryonic club. John Morrissey, a winger with delicate skills which belied his muscleman physique. Derek Mountfield, a great central defender and an even greater blue nose. Alex Parker, one of the finest Scottish defenders of all time, who was blessed with expert ball-winning skills. Bobby Parker, the leading marksman of pre-World War I era. John Willie Parker was Dave Hickson's sidekick, whose sharp finishing made him a second division hero. Fred Pickering, one of the most prolific post-war strikers. Kevin Ratcliffe, a fast and uncompromising defender who was also the club's most successful captain.